So I'm here in the beautiful city of San Francisco, here for a trade show. And, since I've been here, I've always been seeing these Waymo vehicles and the autonomous cars. So I said, you know what, why not try it out and see what it's like? I really don't like anybody driving me but myself. So it's going to be really interesting for me to drive or be driven by a robot and AI. So I'm going to let you know how the experience goes, and I will record some of this so you'll be able to see what it's like in an autonomous vehicle here in San Francisco. Enjoy the ride. What one of the Waymo vehicles looks like. It's not my vehicle, but it's just one of them. So we'll see what happens. It's supposed to stop apparently right in front of this area here where I could pick it up. So wait another 2 minutes to see what happens if my Waymo shows up. Okay, so it says my vehicle is 1 minute away. All right, so here it is. This is my Waymo that I am going to get into. So this is going to be very interesting. X3, I believe this one is mine. All right, let's see how this works. QH, do I press the button to get in?
Put your phone there.
Put my phone.
Somewhere. It worked for me, yeah?
Really? Oh, unlock. There we go.
Unlock, there you go.
Thank you.
I was the guy this morning.
Yeah.
This morning.
Good video.
Yeah, it is. Thank you.
Good evening, Quincy.
All right. So on the app, you had to press something to unlock. So got to put on my seatbelts because somehow I got to be able to trust this thing. And it says my name. Hello, Quincy. Let's click start ride.
Vehicle approaching.
All right. It's giving me instructions on what it
Heading to
is.
La Cocina Peruana, San Francisco.
This
Please
is
make
actually
sure that
pretty
your
cool.
seatbelt is fastened.
Yes,
For
my
any
seatbelts
questions,
are
press
fastened.
the support button to speak with a support agent.
You can speak to an agent. I'm being
If you're
driven.
traveling with little ones, please make sure you follow the manufacturer's instructions
This
when installing
is
your
so
seats.
cool.
We may use
All right,
interior
I'm excited.
cameras. You can also use the in-car screen or app to speak to them at any time.
So just like a flight, it gives you safety instructions
Finally,
on
we'll do all the driving.
what you're
So please
supposed to
don't
do
touch
in
the
case of
steering wheel or
emergency,
pedals during your ride.
what to listen for, what to
In
look
fact,
out for.
Just relax.
Here we go.
Thank you for riding with us.
Driverless vehicle, Waymo. This is so cool. I'm quite interested to see how it navigates through some of the traffic that's going to be here because it's super busy today. So in the back here, it has basically the LiDAR map that shows all the vehicles on the road, the traffic, etc., your ETA or how long it'll take until you arrive at your destination, and the same for up front. And you see he's trying to navigate, he or she, whichever this vehicle is, or it, is trying to navigate past another Waymo vehicle. Doing a good job so far. A bit super cautious on the driving, but I rather that than reckless. So I could understand why they brand this as the most experienced driver. Because the vehicle basically anticipates everything on the road. A motorcyclist came really close to the car when it was driving, and it literally swerved away from the motorcyclist. It's coming from the back, swerved away just to make sure he didn't collide with the vehicle or the vehicle didn't collide with him. So I think the great thing about these vehicles, the autonomous vehicles and the technology and the AI, is that each time it does a ride, it basically learns more about the conditions, what to anticipate, the environment, what streets are the most optimal streets to drive through, etc., pedestrians. So it's really good because you really get a different level of maybe safety that you wouldn't get with a regular driver, because this driver will never get tired. He will always learn and understand kind of its environment, multiple sensors, seeing way beyond what human beings can see. So if you look at the screen here, it's basically able to see every single blue object that you see. So super cool. Look, there's some pedestrians up front. He did not, or she did not, it did not move because it didn't want to hit the pedestrians. and I have another vehicle that's driving close by, and he kind of moved away. So yeah, a lot of good stuff this autonomous driving could do. So I'm coming up to the end of my trip, and it gave me a bit of instructions on how to open up the door. Oh, it hesitated by this yellow light here, as you can see. It was like, what do I do? Oh, it's actually reversing because it crossed the line, the pedestrian line. So it's reversing so that pedestrians can walk past. So what's really good about this is that it follows every single regulation and rule, law, like to the T. Like if you observe the driving, every single thing that a human may, take some subjective decision on and do differently, this doesn't do it. This does it exactly to the T, which is good. The only thing is, I think and felt my ride took a little bit longer than necessary because it was so accurate and making sure it was doing the right thing. But I guess when you're talking about people's safety and transportation, that's important. But so far it's a decent experience, and I like the spa zen music. Listen. Okay, it says finding a spot to pull over. It's kind of hesitating here. All right, let's see what happens. Not sure what I'm supposed to do. It just says finding a spot. Am I supposed to get out here? I guess the ride is over. It's like, get out. All right, let me see. All right, I'm out. Oh, it says, please buckle your seatbelt. So, I mean, what am I supposed to be doing here? Do I come in? Do I get out? Waymo, you're confusing me, man. All right, seatbelt's buckled. Okay, I'm confused. I think I need to just bounce. All right, well, now he's taking off. He's looking for a spot to pull over. I hope he dropped me at the right place, so I'm gonna find out now.
All right, so how was my Waymo experience? I would say an 8.5 on 10. It was a really safe ride. I felt super safe. The vehicle knew exactly what it was doing. It didn't break any laws. It didn't go any past or do anything that it shouldn't do. I felt like I could put my trust in the vehicle's hands or computer, whatever you want to call it. In fact, I don't fall asleep when anybody drives, but I can actually see myself maybe sleeping or snoozing when I'm in a Waymo vehicle, which is very odd. So very safe. The vehicle was very clean. It's a Jaguar F-Pace. So it has a nice luxurious feel, a good, comfortable ride to it. So the overall vehicle or in-vehicle experience was really good. The temperature was great. I could change the music. I don't have to talk to anybody. There's no driver. So if I don't feel like speaking, I don't need to speak to anybody, which is great for me. So those are really good things about it. Things that I did not like. It's slightly more expensive than an Uber. So I took a ride that was about a mile from where I wanted to go. And, the cost of it was about 20 US. Now, maybe there's some traffic as well as some pricing surges that happened because of demand. But when I compare that versus Uber was about $16. So a $4 difference per mile, but maybe there's some differences and it's not always consistent like that. I did find the ride was a bit slower and longer than it should have been. And that's probably because the vehicle and the computer took so much time to get to not break any laws and do everything the right way, which I think is a good thing. So if your interest is safely getting to where you have to get to, Waymo is definitely the way to go. If you want to get somewhere in a rush and you want to get there quickly and you don't mind somebody bending the rules a bit, well, obviously you'll have to, take an Uber or a vehicle with a human driving behind the wheel. The other thing I did not like, I felt that the timing for when you called the vehicle and when it arrived was slightly off. So it started off at 6 minutes, then went down to 4 minutes, then went back up to 5 minutes. Again, maybe that had to do with the traffic because it's really busy here in San Francisco at the moment. So maybe that had to do with the traffic, but I haven't experienced that type of issue with Uber even during surges. So maybe that's some of the differences. In regard to the price, obviously there's a lot of technology behind the vehicle. There's a lot of investment that would have went into the technology and to get and acquire the vehicles. So obviously, that's maybe where some of the price goes in and why there's a bit of a difference. Overall, great experience, 8.5 out of 10. I would definitely try it again. I would definitely feel comfortable. I feel more comfortable than I thought I would when I thought about, hey, let me try to go in this Waymo. So it was an overall great experience and I like it. So definitely would try this again. And if you want to see what the autonomous vehicle experience is like, I would say do it at least once, see what it's like, and you might actually like it, like I did.